Right.
So yeah, play with it as you want to, ask questions as you need to. I'll delete this one because it's not exactly what you want. So if you find one that you like, or just find one that's close and delete pages or add pages as you want to.
Okay. Can you hook this up to a payment system?
Yes.
I knew there was one more thing I had to check.
So you can, there's so many ways to do things, but in payments, you want to integrate your platform
Right.
over an integration. So you can do any of these guys and you just connect your payment processor.
One of these days I got to do Stripe. I've never done Stripe. It seems
It's
to be more popular.
it is more common. I think authorize.net and NMI work with smaller payment processors. So it asks who you're currently using if they use any of, if they use any of these platforms, and then it's easier to connect.
I haven't used Square in like a decade.
Right? Yeah, that was pretty new. But so once you connect a provider, under products is where you would create specific things you're going to charge for. Like if you have a recurring charge for coaching
Uh-huh.
or a one-time event, each of those would be separate products. And you can either include those products on a page as an order form, in a form, or you can come in here and create invoices.
Okay, nice.
Who did you say were good for smaller payments?
NMI and authorize.net are smaller payment processor companies, I believe, work with those companies.
Okay.
The other thing in here, while I'm on this page, just to point out to you guys, is documents. You can create contracts or proposals in here, have people sign them, initial where you want them to, just like a DocuSign document. But then also at the end of it, it can automatically kick off an invoice.
What is subscriptions? Oh, that's what we are subscribed to in terms of features, right?
No, so this will be where people sign up for you for your monthly services.
Oh, okay.
And then just make sure, remember, all we're here in automation is where everything's going to come together. Nothing
Okay.
is automatic. Don't assume the system's going to do something because no, it doesn't assume anything because it's so robust. Everybody uses it differently. So there are some what they call recipes in here as templates. Then workflows are just kicking out what those automated emails, like for the newsletter. If you wanted the emails to go out automatically, you just create a workflow that says send this email every Monday and then start over. Or
You create the workflow, which then you can create the list you want it to go to.
so you
The
can either add a trigger that starts it, like if they fill out a form, you can
right.
say, I want the whenever this form is filled out, and you tell it what form it is. We don't have one, so I can't select one. And then you kick off whatever actions you want to happen, whether you want them to get tagged because if you had a form that they filled out because you were networking, or if it was from a calendar event, if you want to tag them because of whatever they did to get here, you could add a tag. You could send emails. You could notify yourself. You do want to make sure your system is set up with a dedicated email domain as well. If you're going to use texting, make sure you set it up with a phone number and do the A2P campaign setup.
Okay, when you say dedicated email domain, can that be like my rich at richhopkins.com?
So it's going to be a dedicated domain, which is different than your any email that you currently have, but it's not setting up an email, it's a domain. So in settings, email services, it explains a little bit here, but you're going to want to set up something like mail.richhopkins.com. So
Okay.
the email goes through that subdomain or a different domain so it doesn't interfere with anything else that's going on. And it's for this system to send specifically for you. And your emails will look like they're coming from you, but it's coming through the system. So for example, I use my Gmail is Noelle at startsmartsystems.com. But if I send you an automated email through the system, it's Noelle at mail.startsmartsystems.com. That's just how I set up this domain. So it helps reach the inbox better, and actually it helps the system send for you specifically.
So I can't send anything out until I have that done.
Yeah.
Email services. Okay. Fair enough. But I can still, when I do the automations, which is where we just were, I can I can set up an automatic email to a segment of my overall list.
Yes.
Okay. So I need to get really good at segmenting a large list.
Yeah. So just you can create smart lists as using the filters in the contact area, and you can tell it create a smart list from this filter, or just adding tags that you search for.
Okay. Well, I will have to make some things, try to get some things going for next month. As I'm doing it, if I'm running into problems and it's not Thursday at noon, am I
Just
able to
send
get
me
in
a
touch with
message.
you?
Yeah, send me a Facebook message or an email.
Okay, I will do that.
And then we're always here to code out support if you need something bigger, a bigger project.
It's funny. I wanted to get really dedicated to coming to a lot of these calls that you have every day, and I end up with a client who's giving, making an appointment at those times, which, I can't complain about having a client, but
Right?
preventing me from getting some of the other education I need to get.
Subscribe to the YouTube channel because I think some of the calls and pieces are at least going to end up on there at some point.
Oh, good.
Anything else today? And
No,
get
I
you
think
started?
I've asked enough.
Okay. Does that bring up any questions for you, Ramon?
No,
All right,
no. It looks like a pretty robust system. Maybe we can have maybe set up a one-on-one
for
so you can
sure.
kind of like run me through it.
Yeah, of course.
And but I'll call you later. I wrote down your phone number so we
Okay.
can set that up. Okay?
Okay. Yeah,
Because
I'm having some issues with this 720 number. So
uh-huh.
yeah, let me give you my cell number.